Hello guys, and today we're going to be talking about another little dude. Like, who is this quadrilateral equation dude? He's so small in letters, but if you ask me, he's not a bad person. He is such an important person. He gives another two values. Now, in the part, like, quadrilateral equation. Now, in this part 2, we are going to be talking about a formula for quadrilateral equations that is called formula method. Like, it's sort of like more, like, there are two methods for quadrilateral equation. Factorization helps, like, split the two equations into two factors so that you can solve them. And once again, quadrilateral equations are equations where a variable has two values in them. In the values. And like, you see, now formula method is like, you know, like, formulas, like, they're just like, let's say, like, a squared plus b squared formula, like, yeah, you know, yeah. Now I'm going to be talking about the formula method. Now you see, in factorization method, we just put the factors, okay. So now, instead here, we are going to be, like, I'm going to tell, like, look, there is a formula, right, into this formula method. Now, minus b, now since, no wait, just a second. Wait, I'm just going to write down the formula. Yeah, so now, you see, minus b plus minus, and you see, minus b plus, or you can do minus. Why is there a plus or minus? Because that's what gives two values. You see, in quadrilateral equation, there's supposed to be two values. The only thing that gives this formula two different values every time it's done is by the fact that there's one plus value and one minus value. You like have to solve each for one time. You have to solve this whole thing with only plus in here, and one time you have to solve this whole thing with only minus here. But there's a simpler way. So now, after this plus or minus, you have to do root over b squared minus 4ac. Now I'm going to tell you all these variables once we tell the equation. And then we divide it by 2a. And that is equal to the variable. Now, what are all these variables? We don't even know this, right? So now, let's just put an equation. Like, let's say, maybe a squared minus 7a plus maybe 12? Yeah, that works. That works. Trust me, actually does maybe. Actually, no, let's just say, not like that. Let's say minus 12. Actually, no. Yeah, just plus 12. Yeah. Now, and this equals to 0, right? Now, wait. Let's say this is not a. Let's say that maybe this is x, okay? This x can be whatever variable the name is, you know? But for now, I just like using x. Yeah, so now, this is where the values of a, b, and c come in. You see, a, look, like, you have to find the coefficient of every number in this thing. Now, every number includes x squared minus 7x plus 12. Those are all the numbers in this equation, right? And coefficient, and what do I mean by coefficients? Now, you see, there's an x squared, right? But x squared, it means 1x squared. And then, you see, the coefficient is the number part of this equation. X is not a number, no square. But 1x is, like, how many times of the variable, or just how much is the number. Now, so the coefficient for the first value is 1. So a equal to 1, because, yeah. Now you see, there must be something you should know. A, B, and C aren't just the numbers 1, 2, 3. It's not like that. You see, I told you, the one with the square is what makes it a quadrilateral equation, right? So if it has a square, the x square is the one with the something square is the one that has the value A. And now something x, without any sort of exponent or anything like that, is the one that has the value B. And then the whole number is the one that has the value C. So, instead, let's, wait just a second. This is annoying a bit. This equals that dot. Now, B equal to minus 7x. Right? Because that is the number part of the second, number in this equation. So it equals to minus 7. No, you should also include signs. And now C equals to plus 12. So, because that's a whole number, so it's just 12. So now we don't even need this equation anymore. Because now we can just use these values to do the formula. So B equals to minus, so you can either replace the values from the formula, like it's better to write the formula, first of all. Because then you can either remember the formula to rewrite or replace the values in the formula so that you can make it easier. So now, the value of B is 7, right? But in the formula you're supposed to have a minus B already, right? So now B equal to minus 7. So, it has a minus 7, and here's a minus. So minus into minus gets cancelled to create 7. So, this becomes 7. Now, plus or minus, we're going to think about this later. Now, B squared, right? B equals to minus 7. So, minus 7 squared is 49. Why is it 49? I know that seems crazy, but you see, if you square a minus 7, you square it, right? And since this exponent is an even number, it becomes into plus. The minus turns into plus. So it turns into 49. Minus 4ac. Now what does it mean when the variables are just squished together without any times or anything? If it means like that, then it means a multiplication. So minus 4ac, right? Now, a equal to 1, c equal to 12. So a times c is 12, times 4 is 48. So you can replace this whole thing with 48. Remember, sometimes if you have a minus, and here you have to cancel out the minus from the minus in the formula, in the middle of this minus, yeah. Now what is this 2a? A equals to 1, right? So you can replace this a into 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. Now we're coming to the last steps. So 49 minus 48 is 1, right? I'm sure you know, but if you don't, I'm just going to tell you. Yeah, now, 1, right? Now root over 1. Now, 1 square is 1. That's the only number, or minus 1. But let's just say 1. So 1 square is 1, right? So the root of 1 equals to 1. Now this is, also, by the way, we don't need these values anymore because we already went to the number stage. No more variables now, other than this x. X is still not found. I feel sorry for this x. Yeah, now. So, see, 7 plus 1, you see, why is there a plus minus? Again, it is used so that we can, find the values. If 7 plus 1 is there, and then you have to divide it by 2, right? If there's plus, it equals to 8 by 2, which is 4. And so one of x's values is 4. Now, if you subtract it by 1, it is 6. And 6 by 2 is 3. Because you have to both add this by 7 to get to 2 and divide it by 2. or you have to subtract, and you have to subtract it to get by 2, so that you can get two different values for those. So x equals to 4 and 3. Two values for quadrilateral equations. Yeah. Yeah. And now, let's say, like, within the formula, okay? Let's say that you get something like, wait, I'm just gonna delete this value of x. Yeah, wait, oh no, don't delete it now. Yeah, so, let's say that you get something like, okay, so let's just say, inside the square root during your formula, let's say you get minus a number, like let's say minus 9. If you ever get a number like this, you should like, if there's a minus, then that means there's no value. Yeah. So like, that's it for today's video. So bye-bye guys. See you next time.